A blessed good morning to you. Thanks for joining me. Well, in this book of Revelation, God is setting forth for us, and in this apocalyptic literature, He's setting out for us some ideas. We get some glimpses as to what is going to happen in the future, illuminating our minds and bringing us comfort and strength, setting our hearts at peace because we know that He's got in control. And when we read down to the end, we know that He wins. Here we have in verse number 17, the seventh angel poured his bowl into the air, and a loud voice came out of the temple from the throne saying, "It is done." One of these days is all going to be finished. And there were flashes of lightning and rumblings and peals of thunder and a great earthquake, such as there had never been since man was on the earth. Never ever before. So great was that earthquake. Here again we're reading about that great earthquake that is going to hit the earth. It says the great city was split into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell. God remembered Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great. Remember, Babylon is representative of a people coming together with military, political, power, commercial power, and so on. And it's just set up against the God of heaven. We saw that in Babylon, we see it in Rome, and where it is in the world today, various governments of the world setting themselves up against God. He remembered Babylon the Great to make her drain the cup of the wine of the fury of his wrath. The Bible does talk about that cup, the cup of God's wrath. And God says He's going to make her drain that cup. He's going to drink it and drain it. And every island fled away, and no mountains were to be found. It says great hailstones, about 100 pounds each, fell from heaven on people, and they cursed God for the plague of the hail, because the plague was so severe. People continuing to curse God as God is meting out His judgment upon them during this time of tribulation. So with all of this going on, people still are not turning to God. They're not becoming, they're not repentant. They're not penitent. What they're doing is that they just continue to rebel, to curse the God of heaven. You know, we ought to, in this time that we have got here now on this earth, to make sure we are humbling ourselves before God. We are examining our lives to see where we are. As we're reading the Word and we're studying the Word and we're hearing God speaking to us, we need to repent of the things that we know are not right in the eyes of God, because that is what God expects us to do. We need to humble ourselves, submit ourselves to the Lord of heaven, and allow Him to lead us, to guide us, to work in us, so that we can reflect Him to the world around us. Amen. God bless.